Would you believe an old spark plug could be turned into a homemade mini welding machine? Sounds hard to believe, right? Before I start, the first thing I do is clean it thoroughly using a multi-purpose oil. Now stay with me, and I'll show you exactly how I made it work. After cleaning is done, the first step is to grind down the threaded tip of the spark plug a bit more, making it easier to attach the homemade welding tip later on. At this point, I realized that one pin from an old electrical plug would actually make a very suitable homemade welding tip. The metal is strong, heat-resistant, and already designed to handle electrical current. Once the tip is ground down to a sharp point, it becomes even more effective, allowing the heat to concentrate exactly where it's needed. That sharp end gives me much better control during welding, especially for small, precise work. For connecting the power source of the device, I found that single-core electrical wire works best. This type of wire is firm, easy to shape, and holds its form well during installation. It also provides a stable electrical connection, which is especially important when working with a homemade device like this. Overall, single-core wire makes the setup cleaner, more reliable, and easier to control. Once all the previous steps are finished, go ahead and pick up the roll of electrical insulation tape. Now wrap it carefully, following the same way I'm doing here. This step helps keep everything secure and neatly insulated, bringing the whole setup together before moving on. This here is an alligator clip, a small part but a very useful one. It's designed to grip firmly, making it perfect for temporary electrical connections. In DIY projects like this, it helps connect and disconnect power quickly without complicated tools. Simple, reliable, and always handy to have on the workbench. There's one more simple tool we need to make. It's just a single core electrical wire with an alligator clip connected at each end. This setup makes it much easier to link different parts together during testing or operation. Nothing fancy here, just a practical little helper that saves time and keeps things flexible. For this homemade mini welding device, a small-sized battery provides enough power to get the job done. It's compact, easy to handle, and capable of supplying the necessary electrical energy for short welding tasks. Using a battery like this keeps the setup simple, while still delivering reliable performance for a DIY project. And the next tests are kept at a reasonable level, just right for a homemade welding device like this. Nothing over the top, just enough to see what it can really do. If you want to know how effective this little tool actually is, make sure you stay and watch until the very end. So that brings us to the end of this build. From an old spark plug and a few simple components, we managed to put together a working homemade mini welding device. It may not look fancy, and it's certainly not meant to replace professional equipment, but that was never the point. What really matters here is the idea behind it. Using creativity, basic tools, and a bit of patience to turn something ordinary into something useful. Every DIY project is a small experiment, a chance to learn how things work and to test your own problem-solving skills. If this build sparked your curiosity or gave you a new idea, then it's already done its job. Thanks for watching all the way to the end, and stay tuned. There's always another project waiting just around the corner.